96.7 KCAL rocks. It is Patrick in the morning, the Thursday before the gigantic weekend. We got to talk to our guy, Pep. What's going on, Pep?
Yo, Patrick, good morning. Yeah, we are going to break down this big Chiefs versus Eagles Super Bowl coming up this weekend. But man, some big NBA news going down last night. We've got the NBA trade deadline today at noon. And the Lakers, finally, Patrick, they unloaded Russell Westbrook. Three teams involved in this big trade, but what you need to know is Russell Westbrook is now headed to the Utah Jazz, and the Lakers are getting D'Angelo Russell again. He's coming from Minnesota. It'll be his second run with the Lakers. He's a good scorer. We'll see if he's going to fit in now with LeBron and AD here with the Lakers.
I can't believe they got Russell Westbrook to go to another team. Send him off to Utah. This could be his final destination.
You know, and Utah wasn't that bad. Like, I thought maybe they were going to try to piece something together and compete in the West, but I don't know. When you bring in Russell Westbrook and you lose a veteran, like they sent Mike Conley out, it's kind of like put up the white flag, like, okay, this is not our year to compete, maybe next year.
Yeah, that's true.
So that was the big news for the Lakers. The big news across the NBA, this was a little bit later last night, Kevin Durant going to the Phoenix Suns. So think about the Brooklyn Nets. Going into the year, everyone thought they were a NBA championship contender. Well, they sent Kyrie Irving to the Mavericks, who actually beat the Clippers last night. Kyrie made his debut. And then they sent Kevin Durant to the Phoenix Suns. And we said this earlier this week, Patrick. The Western Conference is watered down. Any team can win it this year. Now the Phoenix Suns have to feel like a front runner.
How wild was that, though, in Brooklyn? I mean, we had the three together, Harden, Durant, and Kyrie. Now, all of a sudden, it's completely changed. And you're right. Something about the Kevin Durant, we kind of wondered what was going to happen. It's like, hey, he did all that jockeying to try to get Kyrie there, it felt like, and then it didn't happen through a myriad of reasons.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, now he's in Phoenix with Chris Paul. Wow.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm old enough to remember when everyone was predicting a Lakers versus Brooklyn Nets NBA Finals, right? Like Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, or James Harden before that, remember? So, but now, man, the Brooklyn Nets unloading everybody. And now when you look at the Western Conference with Kevin Durant moving to the Phoenix Suns, you got to feel like Phoenix is maybe the team to beat now because they're not a single team has really emerged as the front runner. But Phoenix, at least on paper, Patrick, you got to feel like they have the most talent with Devin Booker now joining Chris Paul and the big man Ayton. So they look pretty good.
Yeah, and Kyrie's over there in Dallas. We'll see how that works out. That does change the Western Conference. The big three goes to the Western Conference, basically, at least a huge portion of it. And just how much some props to the NBA, just stealing some headlines on Super Bowl week. That is impressive. No easy task against the mighty NFL.
No, and we didn't mention LeBron passing Kareem as the all-time leading scorer. So it's been like all the last 24, 48 hours, it's been all NBA as we lead up to the Super Bowl.
You should have seen me explaining the sky hook to my kids and telling them, you know what this really did is obviously LeBron is a great player, but also it made me realize how great Kareem was, dude. I was like, kids, no three-pointer. This sky hook all day because you had to develop that, kids, because they outlawed the dunk when he was at UCLA because he dominated so bad. I mean, it really made me realize how great Kareem was. And when he passed it in 1984, I mean, we're the same age, Pep. I think we both thought this will never be broken, and we were wrong.
Yeah, I feel like there's a couple records out there, and now I'll never say never because you never know what future stars rising up. And you're right about Kareem; he changed the game. There's not a lot of players across the board in any sport that changed the game, and Kareem absolutely changed the game with the way he played. So yeah, that number was huge. But LeBron, man, remember he came out of high school. He's played a long, long time in the NBA. He's got a lot of longevity.
Yeah, he has.
So now he is the all-time leading scorer across the NBA. All right, so those are your big NBA headlines, and it was a big 48 hours across the NBA. But we do have the Super Bowl in a couple days, Chiefs versus Eagles. Patrick, man, I stayed up all night trying to calculate the final score for everybody. Lots of algorithms and formulas to come out with this score. I think I found it. I don't feel very confident about it, but I settled on Eagles 28, Chiefs 27, and I can see you writing that down right now, and hopefully that comes to fruition. But I feel like it's going to be close. I feel like it's not going to be super defensive, but also not a shootout. So that's where I'm at. 28-27 Philadelphia. What do you say?
This is so interesting. Okay, so just for the record, we have Pep at the Eagles finishing with 28 and just narrowly beating the Chiefs, who scored 27. I have the Chiefs winning 28-24. That's what my guess is. So we have a very tight game. For me, that ankle I feel is getting better and better with Superman Patrick Mahomes. And I got this Andy Reid thing where you give him 2 weeks. So I have really changed my mind. I mean, remember, I was on the Philly bandwagon last week. But I knew I was like, we need to lock it in today. And I had a feeling I was going to flip, and I have. I picked the Chiefs to win this with Patrick Mahomes and because of Andy Reid.
And I get it, man. I'm not saying you're wrong. Like I was pretty wishy-washy on both sides of the fence. I don't know, man. As a 49ers fan, I just feel like the way the Philadelphia Eagles beat up that 49ers offense, not even take the 49ers offense aside and missing their quarterback, but what the Philly defense did against the 49ers, that pass rush, I just don't know. And Patrick Mahomes, I get it, it's 2 weeks. That high ankle sprain is bad, but 2 weeks is 2 weeks to heal. I don't know. I feel like if Philly can get to him and create some problems, they're not going to be able to just run up and down the field. Kansas City offensively. So I don't know. I've gone back and forth both ways, but Philly impressed me.
It's kind of cool, though, that we anticipate a good game. You know what I mean? So we will see. So we are locked in.
We're locked in.
Come Monday, we'll have to pay the piper.
Yes.
On Hangover Monday, which should be a national holiday. Nevertheless,
it should, man. It should.
Who is correct on who's going to win the good old Super Bowl.
Yeah. All right, so that's Super Bowl. Couple other things real quick, Patrick, from the world of the NFL, a couple of bizarre things. So quarterback Aaron Rodgers of the Green Bay Packers says he has not made a decision on his future in the NFL. Will he play again? Does he want to stay in Green Bay? Does he want to get traded? He's not going to decide until he does this 4-day darkness retreat. So he's going to be in this pitch black room for 4 days straight. People are going to bring him food and something to drink. He's got a bathroom. But other than that, there's nothing. Pitch black, just him and his own thoughts for 4 days. I've never heard of this, but apparently this is going to clear his mind and help him make a decision on football.
It's a little much for me, if I'm just being honest. I don't think he should be letting us in this far on exactly. I mean, to kind of have Green Bay and everybody else kind of hanging in the balance of some crazy little retreat. You know what you want to do, dude. Just say, I'll let you know. You know what I mean? To hang people in the balance of, hey, I need to have this psychedelic drink, and then I'll make a decision on my future if my happiness is within one of the tuning for blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? It's like, stop it, dude. It's just drama. I mean, I think I better get ready. This is what we're going to hear off season.
Yeah.
The whole off season.
What happened to the good old days when a big-time NFL quarterback could just take his celebrity model girlfriend and go on a 2-week vacation, and they're spotted on a yacht in the Mediterranean or something? What happened to those good old days?
Yeah, now he's in a dark room waiting for an answer to come to him.
I know, that's what he's waiting for.
You know what I mean? It's too much.
He's a weird dude. Patrick, he's a weird guy. He's always doing stuff like this. He's a weird dude. So.
Hey, Ron.
And finally, Derek Carr, the quarterback of the Raiders, I should say probably formally, because the Raiders have until February 15th, which is next Wednesday, to do something with Derek Carr, release him, trade him, because if not, they're going to owe him $40 million. So this thing with Derek Carr is coming to a head, and it's going to come to a head very, very quickly because the Raiders do not want to be stuck with all that money.
You definitely would think they're going to do the old unload, and exactly where he's going to end up. Gosh, we don't really know.
Now, he visited the Saints this week, we heard, but I don't know. I didn't think the Saints would be in the hunt. I heard the Carolina Panthers, the New York Jets, are some of the teams that have been kind of popping up. But yeah, the Raiders are going to have to make a move fast. They got less than a week.
Ah, man, we're going to find out so much more on Monday. Pep, tell them how to get your stuff.
Get my stuff. It's on Inland Sports all over the YouTube channel. We got Inland Sports Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And if you like local guys from the IE that are playing in the NFL, then you'll like Inland Sports.
Thanks, Pep.